On this episode of Forever Spinning, we will be taking a closer look at David Berman and Company's legendary 1998 indie rock release, Silver Jews, American Water. Silver Jews is a group effort, mostly consisting of members of the indie rock outfit Pavement, but if you truly want to understand the magic that goes on behind in the Silver Jews, you first need to look at singer-songwriter David Berman. Most people associate Silver Jews as a Pavement side project, but in reality, they both came to fruition around the same time. Berman began working with Steve Malkmus and Bob Nastanovich while they were still studying at the University of Virginia. At the time, Berman was working security in New York, working at the Whitney Museum of American Art, which prompted him to begin studying the pieces that he was watching over. He decided to start making music about these pieces, which then sparked the infamous group to begin. They would go on to record 1994's Starlight Walker and 1996's The Natural Bridge and release them on Drag City Records. Both of these records are fantastic in their own right, almost being the depressive side to Pavement's wacky and nonsensical nature. However, it was their third release, the album that we are studying today, that truly set them apart from their contemporaries at the time. During the recording of this LP, Berman admits that he was dealing with drug abuse and addiction, and most of this is evident in the songwriting itself. Berman claims that there were always drugs in the studio, something, quote, that would have horrified indie rock people, end quote. The recorded result is a lyrically dense and dark record, surrounded by music that has been seared in depression and drugs. Yet this record is still one that resonates with people of all walks of life. After recording at the Rare Book Room in Brooklyn, American Water was released on October 20th, 1998 on Drag City Records. The only official single to be released alongside of American Water is Send in the Clouds. This track was released on a 7-inch and backed with Self-Ignition in 1998. This song tackles the idea that we all become monsters when there is a lack of human emotion surrounding us. The lyrics, quote, Windex tears flowed down the robot's face, never felt a mother's embrace, end quote, can best help my claim here. Not to mention the lyrics of the chorus go, quote, why can't monsters get along with other monsters? Soy de Santra, soy de Santra. When asked about these lyrics, Berman says that soy de Santra means so-called. He wrote those lyrics to make it sound like somebody is defending themselves, so-called monsters. He didn't want to make himself and Malkmus sound self-important. Send in the Clouds follows closely to the questions that Berman was asking himself about the absurdity and randomness of life. Since there is only one true single to come off of this album, I took the liberty of picking two other songs that I thought would be important to talk about here. First of which is Random Rules, the opening track for the album. The iconic lyrics, quote, in 1984, I was hospitalized for approaching perfection, both opened the song up and the album up as well. Berman remarked in an interview that 1996's The Natural Bridge was Berman questioning about the randomness of life, and that American Water is his acceptance of this questioning but still searching for the meaning for this randomness. Random Rules is literally the response to his acceptance. The chorus rattles out, I know you like to line dance, everything's so democratic and cool. But baby, there's no guidance when random rules. This line alone can sum up the overall themes that this record is chasing after. How can there be guidance in a world that is ruled by randomness? Maybe if you listen to this record enough, you'll begin to find your own answers. To do a complete 180, Smith & Jones Forever is about the apparent ambiguity and normalness that we see ourselves striving towards from time to time. The names of Smith and Jones are both common surnames that could really be replacing for any one of us. Even the chorus of Smith & Jones Forever being repeated shows the commonness that the song harps on. Yet the verses diverge into the unknown. One particular verse talks about Smith & Jones attending the result of capital punishment, describing the smell in the air after the use of the electric chair. This is not a common, everyday thing. Hell, I can't think of many people that would willingly pick up their things and go travel to a place to go watch someone die for their crimes. The death of this criminal pinpoints an immediate and lasting change. The loss of human life. Muddling through the mundane, these two common folk witness a great change, but what does it do to them? In the context of the song, all that we are really left with is the chorus being repeated over and over and over again as Smith & Jones Forever. David Berman was a poet's poet. The musical community as well as the world, have a very large hole to fill now that Berman's not around anymore. His music is a living testament to the tormented thoughts that we see ourselves wading through. Life's unanswered questions have no concrete answers, no matter how hard we try. In the wise words of David Berman on Random Rules, quote, "I asked a painter why the roads are colored black. He said, Steve, it's because people leave and no highway can bring them back. The road is our lives, and the black color represents the part of our lives that we have already lived. No matter what we do, we can't go back. People, places, and ideas all change and waver. Nothing stands the test of time in a complete and full way. We all waver from our past, but it's always nice to hear the friendly, comforting voice of Berman tell us that we're not alone. So please, if you've never heard this record before, or any stuff that has ever come out from David Berman, you should really do yourself a favor and indulge in his brilliance. So, whether you've never heard this record before, or if it is a personal favorite of yours, Silver Jews, American Water will always be forever spinning. Rest in peace, David Berman, and thank you for watching.